And
yes.
And welcome to this special episode of the Dodger and Trash Show. Oh my gosh. It is my honor and privilege to welcome one of my favorite Twitch streamers and YouTube content creators. He is just a legend, and without any further ado, and just for time constraints, let's just bring him on out. We've got Koogs 46. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thank you for being on. We really appreciate it. Me and Trash, we're just huge fans, and I've been a longtime subscriber of yours, and I try and support you any way I can. In fact, I was all messed up on my time today. I was going to wear my new Koogs t-shirt. And I have it I just put it in the dryer before I left the house to do this breakfast run for my wife. I asked my wife, I said, "Are you hungry?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, well, I'll go grab breakfast then." And then I get out the door, and then I get your message going like, "I'm ready whenever you are." And I'm like, oh no, what do I do? But thank you for being so patient. I really appreciate it.
No worries, man. No worries at all. Everybody's got things going on. It's all good.
So I got a great story. This is how much. This is how much you've helped me out in the Twitch community. So I was a struggling Twitch streamer, and I was trying to get to affiliate, and I was trying to get over that 3 average viewer thing hump to get to affiliate. Yeah. And I'm playing MLB The Show at home. My wife was gone. She had a doctor's appointment in Boise. Yeah. And so I'm just streaming and not doing all too much of anything, just playing some ranked seasons. And I only had like 2 or 3 viewers in my stream at that time. And all of a sudden I rage because I just wasn't doing very well. I rage, throw my controller against this chair because I know I'm not going to break it. And as soon as I go up to pick it back up, I see Koogs Raid, 200 people coming into my stream. And I'm thinking to myself, what the heck? Is this real? And all of a sudden, yeah.
Right after you just toss that controller.
Right after I tossed the controller. So that's what your streamers... everyone in your stream had to witness, and of course I was such a noob at the time. I didn't have Nightbot all the way set up, and all of a sudden it says Nightbot has kicked so and so for spamming emotes. Nightbot has kicked so and so for spamming emotes. It was kicking or timing out people for spamming emotes, and people are going like, "Oh, what a noob," and I'm sure they were dropping off the. Going to see somebody else because they were getting timed out, and but yeah, that helped me get to affiliate, and in fact, just later that evening, I think I got the email from Twitch saying that I made affiliate, and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh, thank God, no one's going to ever see this," and so months later. I'm looking at some of my clipped. Some of the clips, and Doc Zen somehow clipped the video of me throwing my controller, and he was like, "Okay," and I'm thinking like, oh, I am so embarrassed. This is like.
Nothing ever gets past Doc Zen, man. No. Like when you're on Twitch in the MLB The Show community, Doc Zen's always watching.
No, that's for damn sure. And he's the guy's just a wizard. I don't know what he does in his personal life, what his career is in, but it's got to be like something like video production or something like that. He is just a wizard.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's been around forever though. He's a funny guy. He catches everything. Yeah. You can never sleep when Doc Zen's watching.
And you're a big dog lover, and so of course my dog wants to come over and say hi. So just real quick, how did you get your start streaming? I mean, I know you used to work at Best Buy. Oh, Chad's got my control. Sorry, my dog jumped on me and yanked my headphone jack out of the good old mic, whatever. Okay, so anyway, let me go ahead and repeat. I know you used to work at Best Buy, and you just like one day you just said, "I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna go do YouTube full time." How did you get started, though?
Well, I'd always like growing up, going through high school and stuff. It was kind of around that time was like the birth of Twitch TV or Justin TV or whatever it was back in the day. So, and I've always been a gamer, so I was always watching people play, you know, the new Call of Duty or whatever game it was. So I always kind of had the idea and understanding of how the whole streaming and content creation side of things worked. And then so eventually I just decided to start making videos and just doing like little things just to kind of get started on it or whatever. But I never went into it with the intention that it would be like a full-time job or anything like that. So I eventually just started making videos, and I was making videos when I was working at Best Buy. And back then you didn't need to hit that like 4,000 hour mark to like, you know, get partnered on YouTube to start getting monetization or whatever it is.
Right.
You could just start making money like instantly. And so around that time, I started making MLB The Show videos because I played the game and nobody else was really playing it. Nobody was, you know, or not playing it, but nobody was really posting a lot of videos on it. So I kind of got in at the right time and people started watching my videos. And eventually I started making more money on YouTube than I was at Best Buy when I was working part-time. So I basically just said, look, if I'm making more doing this, and I just take away the time I have at Best Buy and put it back into this, I can make even more money. So it just kind of worked timing in the financial side of things. So yeah, that's kind of how I got my start.
And your parents, when you went to your mom and said, you know, this is what I want to do. You know, this just isn't working out at Best Buy. I can do more doing YouTube videos. She was supportive of you.
Oh yeah. Well, at the time I actually quit Best Buy, I was living with my dad. So my dad was always really cool. He kind of was pretty open to the idea, and you know, I would show him. You know, I was like, look, I'm this is my paycheck for this month versus what I made at Best Buy, and I was just continuing to do it. And he was like, look, I mean, you're making money, so you might as well take advantage of the opportunity. But you know, you never really know. It's always a big leap of faith because, you know, when you're trying to make a living on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, you know, it's a lot of stuff is out of your control. You can only do your job as a content creator, try to make good content, good titles, good thumbnails or whatever. So it is a bit of a leap of faith. And I told my dad that, like, you know, I could always go back and get a job at Best Buy, or I could always go get a job somewhere else. But, you know, if I have the opportunity to try and turn this into something, I might as well take it while it's there.
Right. So. And it's worked out. I mean, did you ever?
I think so. Yeah.
Did you ever, like, in your wildest dreams, think you would be in the position you are now? I mean, you've got 125,000 YouTube subscribers.
Yes, around there. Yeah, I mean, I never thought it would turn into something like where I could make it like an actual full-time living. I always thought it would be something I would do on the side, which I was always totally fine with. Like I said, I never expected it, and I just started making the YouTube videos for fun and stuff. So even if I was still working like a 9 to 5 or whatever, I'd still be making videos and streaming on the side. But the fact that it turned into this and I'm able to, you know, support myself, it's something that, once again, I never thought would happen. And I'm just kind of enjoying every second of it and not taking it for granted.
Yeah. And so you just moved into your new apartment there. I'm not exactly convinced that okay. I'm pretty sure the reason why you moved is because I know your address. Or at least I knew what your address was before, and that was a total accident. I mean,
yeah.
When you get an email from Koogs saying, "Yeah, I'm having some, your price is being sent, but the person doing the distribution put my home address on the envelope, so don't tell anybody." And I'm like,
yeah, that was when I saw that, I was like, oh. But I mean, I knew it was going to you, and I know you've been a longtime supporter, so I'm like, yeah, I'm not worried. He's a cool guy.
I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, Koogs address, $5. Anyone?
put it on the Twitter timeline and go crazy.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I saw your new apartment tour. Oh man, I just couldn't be happier for your success. You are definitely living the life, man. You're like right there. You got the boats right by your little patio or little coffee nook or whatever there. And
the little balcony.
Yeah, and you got a place for Rosie to do her business. So I mean, it's like, geez, I mean, it's like perfect. I mean, geez, what question was I gonna ask? This is the part of podcasting that I'm just not good at. Is coming off. But anyway, speaking of podcasts, you got your podcast with Scuffy McGee. How is that going?
We're in a little break right now because our podcast is all MLB The Show centered, talking about news, talking about the content. But since we don't have anything right now and we're kind of waiting until February for MLB The Show 21 news, we're just kind of in a little hiatus. And then when we start getting the news for 21, we'll pick it back up for season 2. But yeah, Scuffy's a really good guy, really smart guy, really good with the production value on the side of things. And you know, all I have to do is just get on and talk with him, and he handles everything else. So I'm like, yeah, might as well. So yeah, no, it's a fun podcast, and I'm happy that he allowed me to be the co-host. So
yeah, I didn't really get your views on the 2 new cards that dropped. The event rewards, the Richie Ashburn and the Shohei Ohtani card, and that could be because I just missed your YouTube videos about him, or missed you talking about him, because like we talked earlier, I've been working longer hours and you've been streaming earlier in the day now. So in fact, I gotta renew my subscription. It expired this last week. So yeah, next time you're streaming, I gotta hit you up with another sub.
Sounds good.
So, how do you feel about those cards? I mean, are they cards that I don't think they're cards that would even make my lineup, unless I was doing an all-time Phillies or an all-time Angels squad.
I don't hate the cards. Richie Ashburn is a card I really don't care about. The only reason I would want to get him is, like you said, for like an all-time lineup for like the Phillies or whatever. But Shohei Ohtani, I think, is a cool card. I love Ohtani. I'm an Angels fan, so I mean, it kind of it's a card that I'm always going to be naturally, inclined to get. But as a pitcher, I don't think he's going to be anything special in the game. But the fact that Ohtani's a two-way player, you could just, if you're planning on starting a pitcher in that game, you could still put Ohtani in your starting rotation. And then, if you need another pinch hit bat against righties, just bring Ohtani in off the bench because you can still pinch hit with him. So even when he's not pitching, you can still use him as kind of an advantageous player in certain situations. So that's what I like about Ohtani. But like I said, as far as like a full-on pitcher, he's probably not going to be a starting pitcher that I'll be using in ranked seasons or anything like that. But hey, it's a fun card. We've been wanting an Ohtani Rookie of the Year card for a while. So I mean, it's really cool.
Yeah. How are you doing over there, Trash? I saw you kind of dropped your camera feed off of your OBS, and it looks like you're on your phone. Everything okay over there?
Yeah, my Discord just ended up crashing, so I was trying to quick jump over to my phone while I was trying to figure this out and still be with y'all.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I had a little issue too, because my dog, I think I don't know, but he wanted some attention or something like that. He always wants attention at the most inconvenient times of the day, I think, and he jumped up on my lap here and yanked my headphone jack off of my mic, my blue, what do you call it? I am so blanking right now. I'm just stunned. We have Koogs here, and I'm getting to talk to Koogs. This is just wild. So yeah. So let's talk about and I just also want to tell you, Koogs, I am so sorry about your grandfather. I saw the news last night on Twitter, and I'm definitely praying for him. And
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I'm sure everyone out there sends their thoughts and that hear this also. So let's talk about some NFL playoffs. Have you heard if Mahomes is going to be playing today?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's playing. I think the Chiefs have the second game of the day. I think they have the 3:40 game my time or whatever. But yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he's playing. They cleared him on the concussion protocols from last week's injury. They did that throughout the week, and he was practicing all week. So I'm pretty sure he's good to go. Whether he's at 100% health is still, up in the air. We'll just have to see when the game starts. But he's going to have to play well because Josh Allen, he's pretty good on the other side of things. So should be a fun game.
So I'm sure you have the Chiefs winning that because you're a big Chiefs fan.
Yeah, I really, really hope so. I really hope they take that one. I think, Mahomes is so good that it's like even not at 100% health, he's still better than a lot of quarterbacks in the league. So, we'll see what happens.
Well, and I'm surprised you're not wearing that Patrick Mahomes jersey that Kyle got you.
Oh yeah, it's ready. I'll probably put it on a little bit later in the day, but
Gotcha.
I'm not a very superstitious guy, but I am when it comes to wearing Chiefs jerseys because there was a point there where every time I wore a jersey in the playoffs, they lost. And the curse finally got broken last year when they won the Super Bowl, but it didn't look very good for the first 3.5 quarters. So
yeah,
it's still it's still a little a little weird.
Well, I have the same superstition every time I watch a Dodger game. In fact, when the Dodgers were playing the World Series at this October, it was Kenley Jansen was on the mound. I had just gotten done doing a DoorDash run, and I'm thinking, okay, now would be a good time to watch it. They're ahead. I usually have this superstition that if I watch a game, they'll lose. And so, of course, as soon as I turned the TV on, Kenley Jansen blew the save, and
that was the Brett Phillips one.
Brett Phillips hit that little dunker, and oh my gosh, I was like, well, that's it. I'm not watching the game, and it took a whole bunch of people on my Twitch chat to get me to turn on the game for the sixth game. So, and of course, I had to turn on the game after Blake Snell got pulled. So,
that was just one of the weirdest decisions ever.
Yeah, that was. So, I love your YouTube content. I think I've said that before, but I just want to reiterate: you have some of the best YouTube content out there in the MLB show community, and you also are quite the impressionist. You have like 2 or 3, maybe more videos where you do impressions of other streamers, YouTube content creators. Has anyone ever done a impression of you?
Actually, yes. It was recently. Fuzzy texted it to me. It was a video that I can't remember the guy's name. It was like a 30 or 40-second YouTube video where he was, saying some of the things I say in my videos and doing some of my corny thumbnail faces on the camera. He was just, he was doing a full little impression thing. And it was actually pretty good. I wish I could remember the guy's name. If he's listening, I'm sorry, but it was a good one. I think the title of the video, I'm pretty sure, is Koogs 46 be like, and then like ... I'm pretty sure that's the title. If you search that, you'll probably find it.
Okay. I got an impression of you. Here we go. Let me get all ready here. All right, Chad, I gotta go take a piss. I'll be right back.
Oh man, you're doing me dirty. That's me. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
10 out of 10.
Okay, yeah, that didn't go smoothly as I hoped.
I thought it was pretty good. It was pretty accurate to my streams.
Okay, and then there's also the obligatory "Let's go!"
Oh yeah,
Let's
always.
go! I should have done that instead of the whole "I gotta go take a piss" chat, and I shouldn't have put the headset on my microphone.
No, it's all for the aesthetic of the impression.
Yeah,
it's all for
right.
the...
That's right. Yeah. So let's go back to some football. Who do you like in that Packers Bucks game?
Well, the Bucks have a lot of offensive weapons. They did lose Antonio Brown. He's not going to be playing in this game.
I did not know that.
But yeah, I think he was ruled out like Thursday or Friday or something. And I think the Packers are still the better team, and Aaron Rodgers is just having one crazy year. So I'm going to go with the Packers winning that game, particularly also because I want them to win because my girlfriend is a Packers fan.
Yep.
I'm a Chiefs fan. So if both of our teams win today, we're going to have an interesting Super Bowl, and it'll be right around our 1 year anniversary. So it'll be a little test of how we react to that.
I'm glad you brought up your girlfriend. Can I call her by name, Lauren?
Sure.
Okay. So I was going to ask you, how did you meet? How did you two meet? I mean, not every girl would I don't know, aspire to be a girlfriend to somebody who plays a video game.
I mean, no, yeah, that's definitely the thought of that for a lot of people is a little bit weird, but it's funny. Her and I met on a dating app, and we actually matched up when I was in San Diego getting an early look at MLB The Show 20. Mm-hmm. I was just swiping because we had some downtime, and I was just chilling and matched up with her, and there's a long-standing thing I have in my Twitch chat or my YouTube video that I say Oreos are not cookies. I think they're like little sandwiches or whatever, but yeah. I had that in my bio, and that was actually kind of the icebreaker. That was the first thing we talked about, why I don't think Oreos are cookies. Right. And from there, it just kind of it hit off. And when I got back from San Diego, I met up with her, and it just really, really went well. And then about a month later, the pandemic hit, the shutdown or whatever. So, I mean, we were just we couldn't really do anything. So we just basically spent a lot of time together. So yeah, no, it was a pretty simple way to meet. Nothing too crazy, but I always think that's funny that I met her or as I was getting an early look at MLB The Show 20 down in San Diego studios. That's where it's like my two worlds collided.
And I know there have been people that usually ask you maybe about a couple months or so before the new game comes out. They always ask you, do you know anything about the new game? Is that like one of the questions you hate hearing the most, or do you have something else that is like your most hated question?
No, I don't really hate that question because it's just natural curiosity. Everybody wants to know about the new game. And, the only thing about that is, like, if I did know something about the new game, I would have to sign a non-disclosure agreement because they're not going to just let us talk about it when they haven't announced anything.
Right.
So it's always like you have to take whatever answer I say with a grain of salt. I could say, yes, I know something about the new game, or I could say, no, I know something about the new game, and you got to kind of make up your own decision on if I'm actually telling the truth or not. So it's never really a question you can get an actual answer to, but like I said, it's just natural curiosity. People are excited. People want to know about the new game, so it's just one of those questions you deal with.
Yeah, and I also know you and I, we have some things in common. We both love Star Wars, and we both both hated the sequel trilogy. And I think enough time has passed. We can talk about the last episode of the second season of The Mandalorian. Just how great was that? I mean,
I thought it was pretty awesome.
I mean, seriously. I mean, I've heard. I don't know if you've ever heard of a YouTuber by the name of Doomcock, but he has a YouTube channel. I'll send you the link to it. He talks about Star Wars news and how Kathleen Kennedy is basically trying to kill Star Wars, if not has killed Star Wars. I do think it's starting to become. The heartbeat is still there, and it's getting a little stronger each time. Jon Favreau has more involvement in it. But do you think that maybe this whole thing with Luke Skywalker coming back in the season finale? Do you think maybe it's possible that the Star Wars trilogy will be erased from canon, and we'll have a whole new kind of like an alternate timeline in the Star Wars universe there?
I mean, they already did that before, where they erased a bunch of canon and turned it into legends or whatever they're calling it. But I don't see Disney doing that with the new movies. At least not anytime soon. Maybe down the line they could do that, but for now, I think they like even though a lot of people didn't like the new trilogy, there still are a lot of people out there that really did like it. You know. The Force Awakens came out originally. I really enjoyed the movie, but I also had the idea that this is going to be setting up the other movies, and this is just the first part of an arc. And then when the other two movies came out and it showed that there was really no plan or whatever, you know, we could go for days on why the movie sucked. It made me like the movie less. And, you know, for me, when I show my kids Star Wars, I'm not going to show them 7, 8, and 9. If they want to go watch it by themselves, you know, cool,
yeah,
whatever.
I agree.
But no, I think they do also really want to be careful with how much they want to add, like Luke Skywalker, or if they want to do a younger Han Solo or Leia or whatever. I think they do have to be careful because, you know, the technology is only going to get better for those characters to come back to life. But you also don't want to, you know, disrespect the actors in any way from the roles they already produced. So it's kind of a weird gray area. I think the way they did it in The Mandalorian was excellent, where it was a cameo. It was exciting. It was, you know, something that everybody can love. But I for now, I don't see them doing like a full on Luke Skywalker series or a new 7, 8, 9 anytime soon, at least. But only time will tell.
Do you have have you been watching WandaVision?
Yes.
How do you like that so far?
I'm really, really intrigued because I like the Marvel stuff more than I like Star Wars. So I'm very, very intrigued. I love every character in the Marvel universe. So and the way they're portraying the story, how it's going through different eras of sitcoms and TV and stuff, I think is really creative. And at the end of every episode, we're getting a little piece of the bigger picture and what's actually going on. I really like the way they're doing it.
Yeah, I started to watch the third episode when they were doing the whole Brady Bunch type theme, and I think I fell asleep or something, and I didn't catch all of it. But I'm going to definitely watch it again sometime today, probably after the football games. Well, also, Trash, do you have any questions? I don't want to completely shut you out, man.
Do we talk about today's baseball news or no?
Oh, what about today's baseball news?
I don't know if you guys saw that or not.
I didn't hear any today.
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Oh, Jameson Taillon was traded to the Yankees.
Oh, did you know? You knew about that, Koogs?
Yeah, it came out like maybe 45 minutes or so before we started. It basically just broke, but yeah, I mean the Yankees, they're really going after a lot of starting pitching. They signed Kluber, they got Taillon now. I don't know what they gave up for him, but I know they got the Pirates have gotten a lot of prospects this offseason after they traded Bell and Joe Musgrove. So I mean they're unloading and just trying to cash in on these prospects.
How do you like the moves that the Angels have made so far this year?
So far, I really like it. I don't really care that much about the Kurt Suzuki move. Like, I'm sure he'll be a nice bat to platoon with Stassi. Mm-hmm. But the pitching moves they made, I really like the fact they went out and got Raisel Iglesias. Mm-hmm. I like the fact they got Jose Quintana. I'm not sure exactly how good or bad he's going to be, but if he can just eat some innings, that's kind of what we're looking for the starting rotation. And then they also signed Jose Iglesias too. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, they've made some moves, and they're still supposedly they're still in on Brad Hand, which I would love to get a big lefty like that out of the pen. That would be great. And then, of course, there's still the idea of Trevor Bauer. Who knows what's going to happen with Bauer, man? I like nobody can predict it at this point. I don't know. Well, the whole Bauer saga is just wild.
That was going to be my next question, but you just answered it. So how did your friendship with Kevin God come about?
Well, like I was saying earlier, when I started making YouTube videos on MLB 16, there wasn't really very many people making videos on that game, and Kevin was one of the guys that was making videos, and it was just kind of one of those things where we came up together. We had a lot of crossover with our audience. A lot of people liked my videos, a lot of people liked Kevin's videos, and they were subscribed to both of us, and we ended up doing some collabs with other guys too. It was a whole thing. It was just basically like two guys coming up at the same time on a platform, and then we just mutual friends, mutual audience, mutual interests. It was just a natural thing.
Yeah. Do you consider him like the nicest content creator in the MLB community?
Kevin's a good guy. The funny thing about Kevin is that I've hung out with him in real life too. Mm-hmm. He is exactly the same in real life as he is on camera. There's no real acts going on. There's no fakeness. Kevin is just that dude. Like he's completely transparent. He doesn't hold anything back. He's just there's nobody like him.
Yeah, I think I remember the video that you uploaded when Kevin came to California. You were at his hotel room. First words out of his mouth was, "Are we going to get drunk?"
I don't even think Kevin really drinks either, so it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, all right, man, I'm here, let's go.
Well, see, yeah, because when I was mod in his Twitch channel, he had closet beer, and it had been in there for I don't know how many years, but he finally opened up a can of it. I don't even think it was cold, and he said he kind of tasted, but yeah. He said it kind of tasted okay, but yeah, he's not a big drinker, and I think Kevin would be hilarious if he was drunk and had a drunk stream, but he doesn't really seem to stream much at all, and I'm not sure why that is, or whether he's just shy. Kevin is just a really shy guy too. And
I think he knows his lane. He understands what he wants to do, and what he's done is obviously working. And I think he just kind of, he wants to ride what's working for him right now. So I know he always has an interest in streaming, but his YouTube content just does so well for him that I don't think he stresses over it that much.
Do you think he'll ever go 12-0?
I think he will. He's had a couple decent runs, and Kevin's not a bad player.
No.
He just maybe he doesn't always swing at the best pitches or make the best decisions or whatever. Everybody has mistakes they make, but I'm sure he'll get it at some point.
Yeah.
And when he does, that'll break the internet. The MLB The Show community.
I think part of the problem is he gets these really bad drafts. I don't think he's really gotten a good draft like you've been blessed with the last couple of times. Are you still like 24-0 now? Have you played BR since your run? Have you lost?
Yeah, I did a stream yesterday. And I drafted a couple teams, and I didn't want to go in with a bad team to try to, if I'm 24-0, I want to see how long I can keep the streak alive. So I was very particular with the drafts that I had, and I drafted a team I thought was pretty good. And I went into the game and I won the first one, so I was 25-0, and then I played the second one and I lost 10-8, and I had the winning run at the plate in the bottom of the third inning, and I just flew up. I put up a good fight, and 25 straight BR wins. I'm not going to say no to that. I'm due for a loss at some point.
Yeah, and if there's anything I've learned watching your videos, whenever you see Derek Fisher come up on your draft, you take him. So
yeah, you do not miss Derek Fisher.
No, don't miss Derek Fisher. That guy hits tanks, and I'm not sure how or why, but I have there's a player that was really glitchy for me too. Pat Valaika was really glitchy for me.
Oh yeah, he's solid. Yeah, he's solid. Yeah. He's a bronze, right?
I think so.
He's bronze.
Yeah, bronze.
Yeah.
And because I went I think I went like 7-0, 8-0 in a BR run, and he was just going off for me. Anyway, Trash and I like to ask our guests who was the person or the player that was the biggest disappointment and the biggest surprise for their favorite team, and I'm pretty sure what the answers are going to be for the person that was the biggest surprise. That would be David Fletcher, Fletch God.
For the Angels, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we knew Fletcher was pretty good going into the season. I mean, he had a fantastic season. I would actually say the biggest surprise for the Angels was Dylan Bundy, because nobody really expected very much of Dylan Bundy when he came from the Orioles. But, I mean, he came in the first, like 7 or 8 starts. I'm pretty sure he had an ERA, under 1. I mean, the dude was just he was not hittable for the first half of the season, and even the second half he was still good. But man, he was. I would say he was a bigger surprise than Fletcher.
Yeah. Who would you say was the biggest disappointment for the Angels this year?
Probably Ohtani. I mean, the fact that he, in 2018 he pitched so well at the start of the year. He almost threw a no-hitter at one point, and he's getting 100 miles per hour on his fastball. That splitter was just filthy. People were struggling, and then he comes up and he's hitting home runs. You just expect so much from a player like that. And then after his Tommy John surgery, you're excited to see him pitch again. And in the first game he starts, I don't even think he records an out, and his velo is down to 94 or 93, nothing like what it was. So, very, very disappointing start for Shohei Ohtani, and I hope he can turn it around, but who knows?
Do you think there's any chance at all he'll ever pitch for the Angels again?
I think there's still a chance. It's just a matter of what role. I don't know if he's going to be a starter. If he gets his velocity back, I think Ohtani would be fantastic out of the bullpen as like either an eighth inning pitcher or even a closer. If he gets that velocity back up to 100 and that splitter is working, he could be a lockdown closer for the back end of that bullpen.
Yeah. I'm also a Angels fan myself, and I remember was it back in 2002 when they last won the World Series? I had the Thunder Sticks. I had my Red Angels hat. I think I had a big inflatable Red Angels bat too on top of my cubicle when I worked for Dell Computers. So yeah, that was the biggest thrill for me was when the Angels won that World Series. What do you remember about that World Series run the most?
Me, nothing. I was 7 years old at the time they won, and I didn't really start watching baseball until about 2004. It was still like 2 years after, and yeah, I really had no idea that they or I had no knowledge or memory of their World Series run. Now, I mean, I've watched every single game of their postseason run, and I mean that World Series against the Giants was awesome. It was a great series. At the time, me being as young as I was and not really watching baseball, I really don't have any memories of it, which kind of sucks. So, I mean, there's always going to be the 2002 title, but for me, I've never personally seen my baseball team win it all, which one day we'll get there, I'm sure.
It sucks being so old like me and remembering everything, and I have to I'll have to keep things more current next time. So, what is your goal? I mean, what is your long-term goal? I mean, how long do you see yourself doing YouTube content and doing the Twitch streams? I mean, what are your long-term goals?
My long-term goals is mainly just to set myself up for the future, and be smart with my money and, smart with all my financial stuff. But as far as like the content, I don't really have goals as, I'll hit 1 million subscribers or do this on Twitch. Like, I don't really have those type of goals because I always feel like that makes me look past like what's like actually important. I talk a lot about like putting things in perspective on my Twitch channel. If I was sitting there getting caught up in numbers or worrying about my sub count or whatever it is, my content would take a dip for that. It wouldn't be what it is. And so that's why I stream with my viewer count off. I stream, I don't pay attention to any of that stuff, at least when I'm streaming. So yeah, there's no goal for me as far as numbers. I'm just trying to have fun with it, and I'm basically riding it out for as long as I can and trying to make connections through all this stuff. And if YouTube one day ever crashes and burns or Twitch falls off or whatever it is, just trying to set myself up for any sort of backup plan or whatever. So I mean, probably not the answer you're looking for, but that's kind of the way I roll.
No, that's fine. I always try and make your Twitch streams. I think you have some of the best mods out there. I know Portland's come through my stream and dropped me a follow. Brisk has actually been a real great guy, and I consider him a friend. He actually won one of my little giveaways, and I sent him I think I sent him a Kevin God shirt, I think. So, you just have a lot of good people that mod for you, and I'm just gonna put it out there. I just hope maybe one day, maybe
you'll be on the short list. Be on the short list for sure when I'm looking for more.
Yeah. I do have prior mod experience, so I have that going for me, which is nice. But we're just going to go ahead and wrap this up. We got a little late start, and we don't want to keep Koogs from his Sunday watching the playoffs and stuff. But please give Kevin God our love and respect. Him and Trash and I, we're also big fans of his, and we would love to have him on the podcast. But I don't know if that'll ever happen. But just let him know that we said hi, and
will do.
And yeah, we love him and we love his content. Give your best to Lauren, and like I said, thoughts go out to your grandfather, and hopefully he can have a quick recovery over this horrible thing that he has.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you. Anything else you want to add, Trash, before we wrap this up?
I'm Gucci.
All right. Well, thanks again, Koogs. I cannot tell you how much this means to me and how much we appreciate you taking the time to come on. And I'm sorry about the late start.
No, not a problem. Not a problem.
Okay. Well, from Trash, this is Dodger Man saying peace, love, and baseball. And Koogs. Can't forget about Koogs. We're saying peace, love, and baseball. We'll see you next time. Have a good one, everyone.
Deuces.
We're out. Okay. I'm going to try and get that all edited.